I've done several volunteer and humanitarian projects over the course of my 9 years of travel, and it truly is a very fulfilling way to travel. So in honor of YouTube Giving Week, I'm gonna give you guys and gals some tips and advice if you are thinking of doing volunteer work in a foreign country. And I'm helping raise money for Doctors Without Borders. Right now, Doctors Without Borders emergency medical teams, which are made up of over 30,000 doctors, nurses, and logistics experts, are treating patients in more than 60 countries. These teams help save the lives of those threatened by violence, disease, malnutrition, exclusion from healthcare, and catastrophic events. They go where many other organizations can't or won't because that is where they are needed most. And they can't do it without our support. So as part of Giving Week on YouTube, you'll see a donate button on the side of the screen where you can help donate to Doctors Without Borders. Anything that you give, large or small, will help save lives where the needs are greatest. So thank you in advance for your support and your donations. And now, on to the tips. You generally have to sign up with an organization or a project. And you should, since they've already organized where you're gonna eat and sleep, plus they've worked with the local communities to figure out what is actually needed and all the logistics involved with providing that. There's a good chance you'll have to pay. This is something that can come as a bit of a surprise if you've never done any overseas work before, but you typically pay for a volunteer program, and that's because it includes your accommodation, food, in-country assistance, and a certain amount of money goes toward the improvement of the project, like building materials, school materials, animal food, etc. So your money is offsetting those costs, and you are also giving back toward the cause you are working on. Know what you want to give and get out of it. These different motivations will push you toward different kinds of organizations and opportunities. Are you looking for hands-on building type of work? Do you have skills or knowledge that can be of assistance in these countries? Like Doctors Without Borders, for example. Do you love children, kids, and teaching? Is conservation work or working with animals your passion? There are dozens of types of volunteer work, and they are definitely not all the same. So finding out what kind of work you want to do will help you and the organization you're wanting to help get the most out of everybody's time. Add-ons versus a full trip. There are a lot of options as to not only the type, but how long you volunteer for. On many trips, I've done simple daily volunteer activities where I go somewhere to help out for a few hours, half a day, or all day. And others where I'll be on site for a week or longer, and I have traveled to that location just for that volunteer work. Adding on a little bit of volunteer work is a great way to give back during your travels and to meet new people. And longer trips are perfect for really connecting and getting time to see all of your hard work. Rarely, it's just volunteer work. In my experience, most programs will not work you to the bone as they have a good mix of volunteering and other activities. As most organizations know that you are there as a guest and they want to make sure you get the full experience of learning about and actually seeing the place that you are volunteering and helping out with. Vet each company and do your research. There's a lot of money in volunteer tourism, and whenever there is money to be made, there are people to be scammed. Yes, there is some shady and not so good stuff in the world of volunteer tourism. I'm not going to go on an expose here, but just know that there are scammers and fake organizations, and that is why it is very important that you go with a reputable company. Do your research, make sure the work you are doing is not only legit, that it is needed. Read reviews, check out past work, really make sure you know who you are giving your time and money to. Sometimes the best gift is the gift of money. Volunteer work and volunteer travel is a particular type of travel that some of you may love, and for others it just might not be right. And that's okay, because you can still help these causes by making a donation. When it really comes down to it, the number one thing that these organizations need to fulfill their mission is money. They can use these donations to then employ local community members or bring in specifically qualified workers if need be. So if you'd like to help out the life-saving medical work that Doctors Without Borders is doing, click that blue button to donate. Or if that button isn't there anymore, check out the link in my description. Thank you guys and gals so much for watching, for clicking subscribe, for supporting, and for helping make the world a better place for everybody. Bye!